In today's news, former Premier's notice of absence request rejected by the Speaker, and Willock refutes claim that he was a rogue Speaker who acted outside his remit, and candidates hesitant to commence early campaigning ahead of the next election, says Vanterpool, and government inks $65,000 contract to repair Anegada Recreational Ground. We get to these and more stories when 284 News return.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way, daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome everyone. It's Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. I'm Kamal Haynes, coming to you live from the beautiful British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. Well, we start today's newscast with news from the House of Assembly, where Speaker of the House, Corinne George Massicott, has rejected the former Premier Andrew Foy's notice of absence for the current and future sittings of the House of Assembly. Well, the Speaker made an announcement during today's sitting of the House of Assembly stating that she felt it would have been inappropriate for her to make a public comment on the matter outside of the House. Well, Mrs. George Massicott revealed that the former Premier cited his bail conditions as the reason why he was not able to attend the House of Assembly for the previous 2 sittings. She said while the same reason was cited for the present and the upcoming sitting, the main factor that changed and resulted in her decision not to grant Foy's request was the delaying of his trial from July 18, 2022 to January 2023.
While the honourable member has not disclosed a time frame for his return, I must note a request made on his behalf to have his trial traversed to January 2023. If the member was within territory and facing the same circumstance, then leave would be irrelevant as he would be able to attend the House without restriction. However, this is not the case, and the significance of traversing the trial is the reality of the honourable member's inability to fulfill his duties as a member of this House over the next 5 to 6 months. This, in my view, is not in the public's interest. As Speaker, I not only exercise discretion on several matters prescribed in the standing orders of the House, but I also have the power to regulate the conduct of business in all matters not provided for in the standing orders as per Standing Order 6.1, and this includes attendance. As such, I am minded not to grant leave to the honourable member for this sitting or any subsequent sitting for such time as the circumstances of his non-attendance remain the same.
Well, the Speaker also made it clear to all members that the submission of notices of absence is not automatically approved. Well, she broke down the criteria used to approve the previous 2 notices which were submitted by Foy. The Speaker said that due to the vagueness of Standing Order 84.2, which does not vividly define the criteria by which a Speaker should use to grant leave, she had to resort to the use and practice of the House of Commons to make her decision on Foy's previous request.
My decision of leave for the 4th sitting on 30th June 2022. In this regard, I analyzed the Standing Order 84.1 to consider whether the positive obligation on the honourable member was satisfied. I further referred to the House of Commons General Usage and Practices, as well as Erskine May on Parliamentary Practice 25th edition, on the attendance of members, and noted that on ordinary occasions, the attendance of members in Parliament in the UK is not enforced by either House. In fact, the laying of a criminal charge against a member has no effect on his or her eligibility to remain in office. This clearly indicates that the House of Commons' practice relating to a member's attendance is more relaxed than it is in this territory and does not offer much assistance or guidance.
Well, the Speaker also explained Standing Order 84 and spoke about the importance of members requesting notices of absence. Well, the order states that failure to do so can result in members having to vacate their seat.
Standing Order 84-1 states that any member who is prevented from attending a meeting of the House shall acquaint the Speaker as early as possible of his inability to attend. In my view, there are two limbs to this obligation. A member should give notice of his or her absence to the Speaker in advance of the meeting, and two, a member should provide the Speaker with an explanation of those circumstances which prevents his or her attendance. Standing Order 84-2 states that a member of the House shall vacate his seat if the member in any one session is absent from the House for more than 3 consecutive sittings without the written leave of the Speaker. It can be inferred from this section that every member is bound to attend the service of the House unless leave of absence has been granted.
Well, viewers, this decision by the Speaker to reject Foy's request can ultimately lead to him having to vacate his District 1 seat. Well, more to come, viewers, on this developing story. Moving on, viewers, where former Speaker of the Virgin Islands House of Assembly, Honorable Junior Willock, has slammed claims which suggest that he was a rogue speaker and acted outside his remit while serving in the position. Well, Willock responded to the claims during his recent appearance on the local radio program Talking Points. Well, he said he never once acted beyond his outlined responsibilities, adding that he has more than reasonable that he was more than reasonable in his approach to members of the House of Assembly during his tenure. Take a listen.
I've always said to them that I serve at the pleasure of the members. I have never ever been some sort of rogue speaker. I've never pretended or acted like any minister. I was clear about the role of the speaker. Right. And I believe that speakers are to be heard in the House of Assembly.
In silence.
Well, in silence when it's relevant. And that's it. And they're to work on the mandate given to them by members. I consulted members on all things, even the minute things. Sometimes we're in the House of Assembly on issues of when we're going to adjourn and we're going late. I consult them on everything.
Well, viewers, the former speaker also insisted that he consulted members of the House on matters regularly, adding that he could not understand why some members would classify him in such offensive terms.
I consult members on, for example, some speakers throughout the Commonwealth Caribbean countries will say members are only allowed to speak for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I haven't done that. I've said members, let's agree between the opposition and the Premier on a speaking time. So those are the kind of broad-based consultation that I practice. So it was a little troubling when some of them suggested that, this was some rogue speaker doing what he wants and acting like a minister, and it was a little disheartening, divorce from the reality. But again, when you're dealing with politicians, they have a role to play and they have constituents to deal with, and they read the temperature, and maybe at the time the speaker was not so popular. So I understand all that they have faced. Sure.
Willock also claimed that it was only 2 persons from the 13 elected House of Assembly members that wanted him out as Speaker. He said while he could have challenged the matter and put it to vote, he opted to be selfless and put the needs of the territory first by stepping down without a fight.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared to fight. I mean, they had reserved the right to bring a motion to remove me. And, I mean, it's still up in the air whether they had the vote to do that. But nevertheless, as I said, I have lived my life trying to serve my country. And if stepping aside as Speaker for a while helps in whatever the unity government is trying to achieve, I am there. I have never been obsessed with power.
Well, viewers, up next, candidates hesitant to commence early campaigning ahead of the next election, and government inks $65,000 contract to repair Anegada Recreational Ground. Well, these and more stories when 284 News return.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family. I love you. Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Hello?
Wait, you're the launch and you say you were sick? What happened to opening rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns. All right, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, 4th District Representative Honorable Mark Vanterpool wants to know who is truly running things in the British Virgin Islands. Well, Vanterpool took to the House of Assembly to task during the last sitting while he debated on the subsequently discarded Register of Interest Act 2022. Well, he argued that the candidates looking to contest the next election are making it appear that they are awaiting a go-ahead from the United Kingdom, while they are clearly instructed by the Constitution that states that the election is due in less than a year.
And let's get it clear that at some point the people of the Virgin Islands who have a right to elect their 13 representatives, we must get to that point where they elect them. And not make it look like we have to wait till the United Kingdom make a decision. The Constitution tells us when that should happen, and we should be able to look forward to when that happens. And by now, it looks like people are afraid to start campaigning. We're 8 months before. Everybody fighting I know what's going to happen because the British government run things.
Well, Vanterpool also called for greater attention to the wider region where CARICOM leaders, including Prime Ministers of St. Vincent and Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, and Barbados' Mia Motley, are actively speaking out against colonialism and taking the necessary actions in their respective countries. Well, all the while, he says the BVI continues to navigate under the pressures of colonial rule and is being forced to ignore its more prominent issues.
I have no problem if you think wrong has been done and it should be done, it should be righted. I said, what? I don't have any problem with that. But don't tell me that at the stage in our development, when in 1949 those people marched, and when even before that we fought for our freedom, when we fought for ministerial government in 1967, don't tell me when we got a constitutional upgrade in that year in 2007 or whatever else, that you're going to tell me now we must go back and say, yes, the British government must rule colonialism. And we must speak are not listening even to our neighbors and our regional leaders who are saying that cannot be.
Well, moving on, viewers, where the government of the Virgin Islands addressed the public on Monday to speak about its latest achievement in the recovery of the territory from the devastations of natural disasters in recent times, namely Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Well, this came by way of the signing of a contract for the supply and installation of playground flooring and equipment for the Anegada Recreational Ground. Well, the project is valued at $65,763.98 and was awarded to Lawrence Wheatley Construction. Well, the contractor was given a 6-week time frame to complete the installations, following which an official opening ceremony will be conducted in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. Well, joined by a team of government representatives and industry officials, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley chaired the occasion as another necessary step in the recovery and development of the territory and a physical mark of the resilience of its people.
Step by step, bit by bit, the people of the Virgin Islands to continue to rebuild their homeland from the devastations caused by Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. And we have been doing it mostly on our own, but with help from others as well. This speaks to the great strength, resourcefulness, and determination of the Virgin Islands people and our propensity to take care of our own affairs. I say this because sometimes we forget how strong we are as a Virgin Islands people.
While reflecting on the time it has taken to get this specific project done, the Premier thanked the residents of Anegada for their patience and understanding throughout the entire process.
I know that this project, the repair and upgrade of the Anegada Recreation Grounds, has been long awaited by the people of Anegada. And I want to thank you for your patience and your understanding. I also want to thank all the persons who contributed to this day that we have here today. We must recognize all the hard work that has gone into this and all other projects, recovery, development, and otherwise.
Well, adding to the Premier's statements, Minister for Education, Culture, Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Shari De Castro, shared similar sentiments. But the ministers noted that such facilities are imperative to the holistic development of the territory's children.
We know that this has been a long time in coming, and I believe the people of Anegada, especially the children, will be very, very grateful for this coming to fruition. We understand that play has a significant role in development, and so we cannot take it for granted what recreational facilities and playground equipment, what purpose and what role they play in the development of our children.
Well, viewers, up next, Bernard Yampie Nibbs Festiville 2022. Utopia celebrates grand opening, and in regional news, Barbados is the latest Caribbean island to confirm a case of monkeypox. But we get to these stories after a word from our sponsors.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI love.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Well, welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, the stage is set and all is in gear for the 2022 Emancipation Festival. Well, this year, the festival is named in honor of long-standing patron of the festival, Mr. Bernard Yampie Nibbs. Around ground of 284 Media sat down with Mr. Nibbs, who was simply proud to have been bestowed the honor.
They make me feel so proud that they honor me. And I feel very good for this year that they honor me.
Well, Mr. Nibbs shared also how he got into the sport of gaming and his 30 years plus career in gaming in the BVI.
Well, I get into gaming with Coney Island. I used to go and play with Coney Island. So by the time the man don't play the ball inside, when he come on to pick up, I don't put the winner on one side and the loser on the next. I pick it up, and when he come, he just pay the winner and take up the loser. He tell me it appeared that I could play this game good. I tell him, yes, I know the game good. So he tell me, he'll tell his boss about me. So I said, no problem. So he went and he tell the boss that I have someone playing good here. So the boss said, okay, I gonna come and check him. So he come, so he tell the fellow, come out and let me go in. And he gave me the apron with the different 4 packet, 20, 10, 5 and 1 in it.
Okay.
So when I went in, I started the game, money down, hands off, ball inside. So when it play, I went pick up all the loser, and after I go back and pay the winner. So I was there about a half hour. So he watching me say, yes, it look like you play good. He tell the fellow, go back in, take the apron and send him in the office. So I went in the office with him, and he tell me, you see I could play good, you want to give me a job.
Well, Nibbs also spoke of why he believes patrons prefer his gaming as opposed to Coney Island.
That was happened because when Coney Island play, they don't give no double up, they don't give no free throw, and they don't give no house. But
Okay.
I does.
Okay.
I just give a free throw. If you lose, I just say, okay, a free throw. Coney Island will take up all the money. If no one here on the color, Coney Island will take up everything. But sometimes I just give a free throw, and everyone will get a house with me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just give them a double up. I do them lose, I tell them, okay, double up. That they could win bigger.
I'm moving on, viewers, to some entrepreneurship news where another young professional and entrepreneur in the Virgin Islands is celebrating her grand opening. Well, viewers, a store named Utopia opened on Friday, July 15th, and this store is her second store selling fashion merchandise and clothing. Take a listen.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jane and Phipps, better known as Jay, the owner of Jay's Varieties at Coma Building No. 2. And today, we're welcoming our second branch, Utopia, by Jay's Varieties.
All right, tell us about some of the products that you have at this store.
Okay, this is our authentic branded location. When I say that, we still have a mixture of regular pieces. So some of the authentic pieces will be Coach, Michael Kors, Anne Klein, Steve Manid, you name it. Whatever I see is trendy, I would get it for you.
So I want to talk about the difference in location. What would you say is different from the store at Comar to this store, if there's any?
There's not really a difference. It's a sense of two locations with a different sense of fashion. You will find more at my current location, and you will find limited artists.
Wonderful. Well, let's go take a look at the new store, Utopia.
Well, Jay, as she is affectionately known, also took the time to thank her customers who have stuck with her over the years.
Okay, at this location, we're going to be open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays occasionally, and our website remains the same, www.jaysvarieties284.shop. And I would like to take this time wholeheartedly to thank everyone who has been supporting me since 2009, from my days of that Liberty Jeep up until now in the second location.
I want to speak to young entrepreneurship because you have been able to maneuver through some very difficult economic times, of course, COVID. Speak to the young generation who are aspiring, just like yourself, and maybe a bit apprehensive. What encouragement would you give to them?
The best thing to say is keep trying. Don't give up. Keep going at what you love. Sometimes the road gets rugged. Not sometimes, it gets rugged, and you just have to keep going and going.
Well, viewers, moving on to our final story, where the island of Barbados is the latest Caribbean country to confirm a case of monkeypox within its borders. Well, the case is a Barbadian national in his 30s who presented himself to the Sir Winston Scott Polyclinic last week with symptoms of a progressive rash, body pains, and fever. An official statement on the matter issued by Barbados' Minister for Health and Wellness, Ian Edgell, said that the man had only recently returned to Barbados ahead of the visiting of the polyclinic, and that he was immediately tested following an assessment of his recent travel history and clinical manifestations. Well, this positive result was issued by the Best dos Santos Public Health Laboratory less than 24 hours later. While asking Barbadians not to panic, Edgell assured them that his ministry has been actively monitoring the global monkeypox situation and is fully prepared to handle this development.
I wish to assure Barbadians that the Ministry of Health and Wellness continues to pay very close attention to the global outbreak of monkeypox. From the time this new threat to global health emerged, the Ministry of Health and Wellness swung into action by taking the very important step of sensitizing our public health professionals who are responsible for public health management. Let me assure the public that the Ministry of Health and Wellness is fully prepared to handle any cases of monkeypox in our nation. In addition, the Ministry's port health staff will continue to conduct public health surveillance at our ports of entry.
Well, the minister hopes that the announcement of this case will have a similar effect as was seen with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and asked the Barbadian public for the same level of cooperation in the ongoing management of the monkeypox health issue. Well, at least 2 other Caribbean countries, namely Jamaica and St. Lucia, have made similar announcements in recent weeks, as over 9,000 cases have already been confirmed globally. But the World Health Organization announced last week that it will convene a second emergency meeting in the coming days to determine if monkeypox should be considered a global health threat. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284 Media at CCTBVI